He's off the hook, but will never fish again, by Sylvester Brown Jr. It was the mid-'80s. My buddies, Steve and Jimmy, suggested we go fishing. I'd never gone before and had no real interest, but they were my buds, so I agreed to go. I was proud of the fishing rod I bought for $29.95 at Grandpa's discount store. We dropped our lines in a lake somewhere in West Alton. It was fun, at first. Bait the hook, drink a beer. Cast a line, drink a beer. Wait for fish to bite, drink more beer. A few feet away, the trees shook. A park ranger emerged as if he'd been lost in the woods. "Howdy, gentlemen. How's the fishing?" he asked. We returned the greeting. "Can I see your fishing licenses?" Jimmy and Steve quickly obliged. I just stood there. He pointed to my fishing rod. "Is that yours?" "Yes, sir. $29.95 at Grandpa's," I answered proudly. "Where's your license?" I told him this was my first time and I wasn't told I needed one. "Well, you do." He whipped out his pad and started writing a ticket. "You can pay the fine by mail or you can appear in person at blah, 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 blah." I tuned him out. My mind already saw the tattered summons floating in the air. I ripped it up as soon as the ranger was out of sight. Fast forward 6 months. I had just finished working the late shift and was driving home. Whirling lights filled my rearview mirror. From his car, the officer checked my plates and driver's license. As he walked back to me, I noticed he was laughing. I laughed too. "What?" I asked. "Do you remember fishing about 6 months ago?" he chuckled. Pieces of a floating, torn-up summons flashed in my mind. "Nope," I lied. "Well, there's a warrant for your arrest." My car was towed and I was taken to jail in North St. Louis County. I had to do the face front, face right, face left mugshot thing. Meanwhile, the cops were having a ball. We finally caught the notorious fishing criminal. In the morning, all the prisoners were told to don a pair of orange coveralls. The words St. Charles County Jail were stenciled across the backs. We were paraded through the streets on our way to the courthouse. It was humiliating. I was handcuffed to a kid who looked and sounded like Keanu Reeves, the Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure version. I kept my sense of humor. "Psst," I whispered to my cuff mate. "I'm going to make a break for it." The kid's eyes bulged. "No, man, don't do it," he pleaded. "I'm going for it. You with me?" I teased. "No, man, I'll fall on the ground and lay here, I swear." We finally appeared before the judge. My name was called and the charges were read. The judge glared at the sheriff. "He's here for fishing?" She shook her head and pounded her gavel. "Dismissed." It was over. But then and there, I swore off fishing forever. Perhaps the caller will read this and understand why I responded so rudely to his invitation. I hope he'll forgive me now that he knows the fishing story.